Hello people and welcome to follow Thailand Carcassonne Online Championship. We will be likely doing like some of the matches, nowhere near all of them, but since I saw that there was gonna be an interesting match, being this one with Pakshe and Chawin, then I wanted to wanted to have a stream of this, and currently the players have so far played at a max of 2 matches per player. Um, some of them, Chawin, Pakshe, Pimika, and Gorufu, still at only 1 match played, and there's gonna be, I think, 3 matches per player, maybe, because I saw somewhere, yeah, round one. No, but this isn't really right. Okay, I guess they are gonna actually be playing uh once against each. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, okay, round robin, so they are gonna be playing once against each other over. Yeah, like every player plays against every other player once in a best of three. Okay, gotcha. Uh, so certainly one of the favorites is gonna be Pakshe, um, and probably uh, Gun as well. I mean, I would definitely say that those are the two top players of Thailand at the moment. Gorufu, the current national champion of Thailand, and who will also be the representative of Thailand in the individual world championships that will take place in just uh, in just over 2 weeks. So we are very close to the world championships, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I will also be attending those just not as a player but as a spectator. So looking forward to that. The prizes of this championship are pretty much the same as for OCFC. So because Thailand is ranked, I think, 21st in the coefficient rankings of the Carcassonne Champions League, then they are due to get one main stage spot, presumably for the winner of this tournament, and then one qualifier spot, which will presumably be given to whoever finishes second in this tournament. Now there might be some other um, way of handing out that qualifier spot for CCL for Thailand, but this is like this tournament is like the most like sensible one to do that, I guess I would say. So that's why I assume that both of those spots are going to be priced off of this championship alone. So we are going to be having a best of 3, and as you can see in the playoff chart here, best of threes are the name of the game also in the semi-finals, in the finals, and on the bronze match as well. So no best of fives, unfortunately, because best of threes are, usually they are, they kind of tend to be quite short matches, and for streaming purposes, it's maybe like not that great, but you know, you gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. So we should be starting at any moment now, and we do. And let's see the damage that these players can do. Both players rated rated pretty high. Pakshe at 769. That's definitely like, I would say, top 5 even in the top elo chart. Maybe, I mean, certainly in the top 10, I believe. And then Chawin at 635. Very strong rating for him as well. First points going to Pakshe, and Chawin getting a monastery of his own. Not many places for him to place the steady two, probably over here without a meeple. Even though it's like generally advised to meeple a lot of things in the beginning of the game just because you want to have features open, then if you go over here and because the purpose of this move here is to restrict the road and to eventually step into a winning mini battle with a 4-point road versus a likely 8-point monastery, then you don't want to try and complete the city because then you will just get blocked with 2 meeples onto this square, whereas your opponent will only be blocked with 1 meeple and he's going to be living a good life. Quad City for Pakshe. I mean, going here, I guess, because I mean, you don't really want to give a point to Chawin, and this is of course the only other option. Now it does mess up with the roads, but on the other hand, it doesn't actually mess up that bad, because like the worst situation that can happen is that Pakshe will be losing mini battle of 3 points to 8. Now meepling this city is wild. Maybe. I mean, is it that? Maybe it's not that wild, but like it does look pretty spicy to have a 2-point road and a 3-point city slash ruin in a quite vulnerable position. But fortunately for Pakshe, his situation is slightly relieved by the fact that he also owns the top road and he is in control of that. So something that Chawin is looking for is to create a lot of issues on this square. So he's going to be looking to do like a straight road here or a curve here and restricting this square to a starting tile, or maybe now even, well, maybe not right now, but later, because this is the second out of the 3 triple cities with a road, then he might even be restricting this square to said triple city with a road, but now he already does that, which um, I'm not entirely convinced that it's like the best option out there, because it is donating a road end to Pakshe, and that's generally not really a good idea to do. Now, the threat is of course it's pretty like significant, being able to block 2 meeples, and he's gonna be able to do that as long as he actually like fulfills the threat, right? Because if he goes for this block, he should not try and play the hero of waiting for a better tile to block. And he does not. He does not indeed wait for a better tile. He goes for the plan fulfilled and is now in a mini battle of 6 points to 4, but an additional meeple blocked from Pakshe. And that is really good news for Chawin, of course. Now, even though the 2 meeples are blocked, it doesn't really hurt Pakshe that much at this stage yet, because he can still get like 2 additional points on the road, he can get additional points on the ruin, and he has some nice features all over the board. An unfinished city, he has an easily completable road, and now with this road as well, it's okay. Well, now it's in a slightly worse position, but there is certainly a really nice spot for a road monastery if Pakshe is to get one. That is not a road monastery, but it is a tile that will alleviate the pressure from the square, and that is pretty much what Pakshe was looking. Anyways, I mean, it doesn't really matter that he doesn't get like the absolute best tile in the deck for him. It's just yeah, he's just trying to like not kill a lot of his own meeples. Chawin trying to further restrict this square, I believe, but like it seems a little. It seems to be a little in vain, to be honest, because this square is unblockable. There are still 2 regular crossroads, there are still all 3 daggers, and there are still 7 regular curves in the deck. So, yeah, uh, even if Chawin were to get the best restriction on this, which is the crossroad, then it still wouldn't be like a huge blow on Pakshe, which is why I think I would have rather just let this guy be and start a road from here. But Chawin has his own ideas. Could have actually gone even for a farmer. Would have actually liked that a lot, given that it would be not in Pakshe's interest to take this city, because he would then create a very vulnerable square over here, because only one of the 3 daggers is remaining in the deck, and that is pretty much the last thing he wants to see. And Chawin did exactly go for the set block, but pretty much the best tile in the deck actually hit Pakshe's hand, saving the road, getting extra 4 points, giving a point to the monastery, and making it like making the monastery like really easily completable. Also with an additional 4-point move. Monastery Watch Chawin, which he does not use, decides to just discard it and take 1 point next to his previous monastery here. Which I guess is okay, given that, I mean, it could have been like still completed, and he did have 5 mules in hand, so I might have actually even considered going with a meeple here, because this is an unblockable square, even though it can be heavily restricted to the one remaining city crossroad, but it still wouldn't be dead, and it could be just a 9-point monastery. And also you can you have like 2 shared squares like between the 2 of your monasteries, so it would be pretty efficient building with like some random road tiles or something that you wouldn't really need anywhere else. Chawin starts a new city and gets immediately restricted as Pakshe gets the final dagger with the left-hand side curve, which isn't like that big of a deal for Chawin like at this stage just yet. Well, actually, never mind. I mean, it's pretty horrendous because there's only 2 city caps that go here. And this city is now, of course, like fully blockable to that same dagger because there are no more of those remaining in the deck. And there's only 2 road Doritos remaining, so well, five tiles overall remaining in the square, from which only 4 are like worth using there, because you don't really even want to use the triple city with the road there, because that one you can just use for taking 2 points from somewhere. Interesting decision from Pakshe, not trying to save the city to a triple city, but simply starting a new city of his own. Elsewhere with the city cap, can't say I'm really like in love with that plan, but okay. Rotoritos for Chawin actually pulled both of the remaining Rotoritos, so now none of those are remaining in the deck, and this straight road, which Chawin was able to place here as a result of Pakshe not going with the salvation of his city to a triple city, then this city is all but dead. There is only one single tile that goes into this square, and it is the triple city with the road. And that's like really bad news for Pakshe because it's not going to guarantee the completion of this city. And if you go here with the triple city as Pakshe, then you are allowing an attack on your city by blue. So pretty bad thing. Ooh, there's actually a nice spot to start a city for Chawin, going over here even, and basically pre-blocking this city of red, because then what would happen is like you go here, you start a new city, and then a triple city goes over here, but then there's only one single city cap to go into this square, and that would be actually the only tile to go into this square, because there are then no Doritos to go into this square. There are no city caps to go into this square except for one city crossroad, and of course, no further triple cities for the roads. So this is like, I mean, this city is basically dead already. Like there's only a theoretical chance that it will ever survive. But Pakshe does get to attack the city of Chawin, so neither player is going to be able to finish their flowers. Ooh, how about we go here as Chawin? Ah, yes, he indeed does. And look at this, only one single city cap to go into this square and the triple city. Like, it's like a horrendous time actually for Pakshe in terms of his cities, because they are now relying on the same tiles. Well, this is basically dead. Like Pakshe is like never going to try to do anything about the city anymore. But Pakshe is going to have issues certainly with his meeples, because he is currently down one meeple, and this city might still, this field might still be something that he is looking to fight for. Although with the rather large point lead on the scoreboard, which is for like plus 25, I mean, he might not need all too much in his game anymore. Plus 25, plus 21. Yeah, plus 21, 25, 27, 22, 24, 29, 32, 27, and like plus 18. Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty good position for Pakshe, because like it's gonna be really difficult for Chawin to take like plus 18 points with only one extra meeple. Chawin definitely needs to find the city crossroad to deny Pakshe from finishing the city, and to deny the 6-point field at the same time. And Chawin is also going to rely on probably something like making this a rather large field, and also getting a lot of city caps to score for those cities that will emerge on that field. Then he's going to place a farmer here, finish this city, place a farmer here, unify stuff over here then, and take this one, something like that. Like a lot of things like kind of have to still happen for Chawin. Like he has to really be able to make use of his meeple majority, which is going to be a lot more difficult than it might seem at first. And I'm also going to do a little things to help myself and to help all of you. So we are going to do this, and we are going to, let's see, if we now refresh, we should be seeing the points. Yes, we are. So we don't have to bother much with the point counting now that we see the projected points of the players. Okay, Pakshe goes for the field just to try and take away the possibility of from Chawin of taking the field first. Although Chawin can still do that with like any road tile, and he is going to do that at some point. Not with this tile, because this tile he's gonna need for scoring. So he's gonna do something like, I don't know, go for a 6-point monastery, I guess. I don't think he's gonna use that as a field tile. I think there are more like less valuable tiles actually to be used as field tiles, and I don't think it's going to be that important for him to make the attack on the field. Well, especially with this tile, I think he can and kind of must wait for other tile to come. Ooh. Yeah, I do not like this move. I think. Well, actually, I mean, there's 1, 2. I mean, it's still. I mean, it is possible to get the meeple back, but it's really not about getting the meeple back. It's about the fact that Chawin now increased the size of the field of Pakshe by 3 points, and allowed Pakshe to get a 5-point road, although maybe that's a coin flip. Maybe that's a coin flip that Chawin needed. Because like a 6 point move for Chawin as opposed to a 5 point move for Pakshe. Sorry, a 4 point move for Pakshe because it also gives the point to the monastery. But it is kinda ugly in a sense that he now allowed Pakshe to get some real good use out of a starting tile when he only had one meeple in hand. Whoa. Okay. Um. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I guess there was one straight road and a curve remaining. And there it is. There is the critical tile of Pakshe. Well, maybe not so critical for him, but it was critical for Chawin to get, um, which is unfortunate. It's also, yeah, this rotation of the city cap was a big mistake actually for Chawin, and also this move in itself is a big mistake because it allows a 6 point field for Pakshe, which he does not even take. Okay. Well, that's a bit weird, but doesn't really matter for Pakshe. But it is a mistake nonetheless. Yeah, because see, like if you go with the city pointed down, then you have both this city crossroad and you have the dagger to also get an extra point to your monastery. Also, look like you can take a look at this sequence here. What well, the end result that happened from the monastery is that the monastery ended up being 8 points. It allowed the 5 point move for Pakshe, whereas if you just go do something like this, just take the field on its own and just attack this, equalize the field, not allow the 5 point move, a totally different result. And it's kind of bad on its own too, because then like this essentially means that when you go here with the road monastery, then you can't even attack this field any longer at any point, which is something that you would like to do as Chawin, because there were still uh, like 3 tiles to go here. You could take 4 points for the city, attack the field, maybe attack the field with another meeple. Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate unfortunate decision made by Chawin, or should I say, maybe not the right call. And he's gonna pay for it. 1-0 for Pakshe. And on to the next game we go. With Pakshe again, the starting player. So apparently, these matches are played via BGA tournaments, which is unfortunate for the for the starting player perspective, because the PGA tournaments do not automatically change or alternate the starting player, and it's always going to be a small advantage from the very beginning to the starting player, and Chawin not getting that pleasure. But he is getting the pleasure of taking some quick points with multiple multiple triple cities. Pakshe, the only move to go here, assumably. I don't know why he is thinking so long. Like there is like literally nothing else to do. Like if you go here, it's like what the fuck move. So he does eventually take the 2 points, and no. I mean, okay. I mean, this is kind of fine. Yeah, because the 4 of the 8 crossroads were already out, so you don't really want to get restricted into one. But I think I still would have preferred to go just over here and make the 4-point loop for the city and eventually get the people out of it. And look at this, the dagger, which would have now then fit right over here. So maybe the lesson of this is so that you shouldn't be too worried about getting blocked at the early stages of the game, like with meeples like this. If you have some like, I mean, I can't say like for a fact that it would be a better move, but it would. I think it would be. Um, I think it would be a more courageous and a bit of a bolder move, and it would allow you to get like longer term point scoring potential, which is really what you should be doing in Carcassonne in general. Like you are supposed to be getting like long term point scoring potential most often. A careful Pakshe. I want to say he's gonna be going over here. But I would be wrong. Um, I wonder what he's afraid of. Might have been afraid of like getting maybe his road turned downwards because there's only one triple city with the road remaining, and then maybe get stuck with the city. But it's yeah, I mean I think it's like really the only reason why he wouldn't do that. Like there's no real other downsides to the move, just continuing your 2-point road, and having multiple 2-point roads is like really ugly. Say for like just couple exceptions. City caps for Chawin. What do you do? Maybe you go over here and even onto the field, but just discarding the city caps is wild. Like at least meeple one of the city caps, and if you meeple one of the city caps, then let it be this, of course, because this one could then point it to the left by Pakshe and blocked with one move. Yeah, really questioning the life choices of Chawin here for sure. But at least he can go and claim the 9-point field at some point here. Or at least I assume he will. With any road tile, like for example this, just lay down over here for a 9-point field. I mean, I guess you could go over here as well, take the road and threaten to block this guy, but I don't think the blocking chances are that great, given that all 3 triple cities with the road are already gone, and the city crossroads are also gone. There's only 1 starting tile, so there's actually a really low number of tiles that would allow the block to be made. And I guess the more likely option is then that Pakshe would restrict his own meeple to a road monastery. So yeah, I like this. Just taking the 9-point field, and being on the field is always like kind of nice, especially when you are the player with the meeple advantage, because it's going to very swiftly like disencourage your opponent from placing any farmers at all in the near future on that field, and then you will be having the time to try and secure that field. Pakshe not giving any sort of thought for the salvation of this meeple with, for example, a move like this with a road Dorito, but he's going to instead be using the Dorito on his own city, which is, I mean, it's a nice move though, because it is creating a threat, and we saw that that exact threat was very successful. It forced chawin to immediately create the attacking spot to the city, which he is now going to be able to use, and which he should be using, and which he does use, because there were still 5 Doritos that would be closing the city for Pakshe, and it is exactly what he is not able to do now. Instead, he continues the city on the right. Bear in mind that it would actually be possibly a mistake to continue the city in the south, because this square right here could get restricted into a dagger, which there are no longer any in the deck, because there is 1, there is 2, and there is 3. So it would actually only be useful in, I guess, limiting the options of Pakshe of not being able to finish his road with a road monastery. But it is chawin that gets the monastery though, and I want to say he's going to be taking the 4 points over here. Even though it is creating the evil hamster spot, I mean, those points are kind of juicy. Yeah, and there are still a number of regular straight roads remaining, which Pakshe would have been able to use otherwise. And I guess chawin now might have to resort also doing something like this and dropping another farmer, which wouldn't be bad. Actually, just a straight road over here is going to restrict this city amazingly well, because again, all daggers are gone to both directions actually. There is only 1 starting tile and there are no city crossroads, so only 1 single city cap to fit into this square if a road piece lands to the right of it. And I would say it's a pretty good spot then for chawin to try and indeed block that city. But he will do that. He will have to do that with another farmer, I think, just to ensure that Pakshe will not be able to drop a farmer upon possibly getting the final starting tile and finishing the city, and then connecting to the 9-point field with the road monastery. Quad city for Pakshe, and trying to decide where to put it. Honestly, he could actually put it here, because there are still 2 dividers remaining. And then Pakshe is going to be looking for a divider over here, getting a meeple back, getting the 8 points, and leaving blue with a really just a boatload of work to be done if he is ever to finish his own part of the city. Yeah, and it is exactly what he does. I like it. And there is the chawin's straight road. So both players actually doing the exact moves that I was counting on or suggesting, except that chawin does not actually drop a farmer, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal because again, only one city cap is remaining onto this square, and that is, I think, that is like the only tile with which Pakshe would be, oh my dear Lord Almighty, the only tile that Pakshe would be dropping a meeple onto the field, but he does something entirely different. He drops a meeple with the monastery instead. And I don't know about that. Not convinced that it's a good plan, because with any tile, chawin is able to place another farmer onto this field, and then he's going to have this road monastery as a tool to get to that main field of 9 points. So there's like almost never a great time for Pakshe to drop a farmer unless it's on the southern side. And that he has now precisely gone into that sort of a trap, and he is very swiftly sowing his own branch. Now debating on whether it is worth it to take the 4 points and self-block his meeple, which I think... what do I think of it? Should he do that? Probably not, actually. Just for the chance that there are still a few Doritos to go here, and Pakshe could then possibly also use the city cap to his own purposes. 3 Doritos left in the deck, which is, kinda okay. And also he can use triple cities here, just to like lay down the road Dorito spot over here. And that's like enough for Pakshe, I think. And then say he still has the chance of getting the dividers over on this side, on the city. Which is why he does not indeed take the points, but don't really like the choice of chawin here. I think it would have been much better for him to take care of this block right here, because this is only 3 points. Well, okay, momentarily it's 6-point move, but there were still other triple cities in the deck, and this city, as long as it is not blocked, it is a threat. Even though its immediate completion is difficult, it is a threat because it has alternative routes to get completed other than just the starting tile. And that's something that I think Chawin is not giving like much respect to, unlike I think he should. Also, the fact that Pakshe was in a meeple minority of 1 to 2, his situation has actually now slightly improved even after getting to a meeple situation of 2 to 3, because now he can actually like invest. So now he can actually invest a meeple to something, whereas before he wasn't really able to do that. He was like kind of forced to just wait for like a divider or maybe this monastery to come. But now he can actually maybe even drop a second farmer onto the field like here. And that second farmer is actually going to be really annoying for blue to deal with, because it's like borderline impossible to block that farmer coming from the left to the main field of 12 points. And now that Chawin is not getting a new chance of blocking this meeple, yeah, stuff might be looming around the corner. Well, one thing that Chawin does have is this this move right here, and then go with like a straight road and deny this divider option from Pakshe, and I think it is what Chawin should resort into, because it's unlikely. It's just a 25% chance that Chawin gets both of the two remaining gets both of the dividers himself. Pakshe doing some well, at least trying to do some self saving with hold on, actually there's 1, 2, 3, yeah, there are still 2 road Doritos, so Pakshe is now looking to get either a double road Dorito or just simply the starting tile to get his meeple back. And Chawin is not having that great of a time, to be honest. He's 3 points behind when everything is considered. And honestly, the board is looking like it is in favor of Pakshe because of the threats, because of this divider, because of the monastery looming around, because of these Doritos, which are now kind of a major pain for Chawin to deal with, because now there's a 50-50 here, now there's this, now there's this. There are so many scoring opportunities for Pakshe right here that it's quickly starting to turn into quite a disastrous scenario for Chawin. The starting tile is drawn by Pakshe, and well, what he gains with the road Dorito, he takes away with the starting tile, because he is now no longer able to use it that effectively. I mean, he's either gonna go over here, scratch that. He's gonna go over here, place the city side on the left, because there are no blocking tiles except for that one final road Dorito, and if that comes to pass, then the block doesn't even matter anymore. I mean, he could of course just take 1 point to his monastery, but that's like a really weak move, and he does indeed do that. So that actually now renders this city entirely unblockable, which is fantastic news for Pakshe, and not so fantastic news for chawin, because again, now all of the threats that have been live for a long time are a massive issue for chawin. The monastery, the city, and the dividers. And even actually any of those to be landing on Pakshe's hand is tremendously bad for chawin. Any of those out. Although this... Oh no! Oh no 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 no. I don't think chawin has... yeah, I don't think chawin is giving enough thought for this threat here. Like maybe I guess he like now realizes with the dividers that that there is the possibility, but there is still the other Dorito as well, the other divider as well. So do you now go over here and do something about it, or now that the monastery has hit, is it like off the cards? Because it might be. Because now with +7 for in Pakshe's favor, and with 10 tiles remaining, chawin has 1 meeple in hand. He's gotta do... Oh, not this. He has to do absolutely not this. Jesus, this is bad. Ugh. Precious be our Lord and Savior, but this is this is unbelievably bad move from chawin. At least that's what it seems like. Because to me, it definitely seems like the move with the divider was not to go here because he had not taken care of it for the entire game, and now he decides to do that with one of the most fabulous tiles that he had available for himself, because he could have very easily gone over here and expand the size of his field by at least 2 cities with this remaining vanilla and the other remaining um, divider, and that's like that is point scoring potential for you. But now with no meeples, chawin has nothing. He has nothing. Like he had to try to like really utilize his 1 meeple that he had to really get like 7 points plus 7 points, but plus then like I don't know, like a road here. Yeah, I don't see a universe where this is like ever a winning. I think like after this move, his win percentage might have just been decreased down to absolute 0. Because there weren't even enough city caps in the deck to get the connection here and then finish the entire thing. Like there were 2 city caps left at the time of this divider. So like there was absolutely nothing for chawin from which he could get like actually large points, and that is like basically a prime example, I think, of a self-imposed doom. Like you are effectively yourself giving yourself a 0% chance of winning. Well, such is life. C'est la vie, and so on. 89 to 73 in favor of Pakshe, and he gets the 2-0 for himself. And that's going to be the end of the match. Also, Pakshe is going to be moving moving to 2-0. No. Let's see. Overview. Round robin. Okay. So Pakshe is going to be moving to 2-0 and two. Matches played, two matches won, two, and then Chawin is going to be no longer on the first spot. He's going to be somewhere in the middle of the pack with 2-2. But given that there are still 4 matches left for both of these players, it is entirely up to them how they're going to handle the rest of the championship. Let's see if some potential matches, because I haven't at the moment I have not announced any future streams, so let's see if there are any interesting matches up here. There's the Hungarian round of 16s, which we might actually be we might actually stream some of those, if not all. But I think at least some. Actually, no, we can't stream all because we can see already that we have overlapping matches for some. But maybe we could do one of these with Valex Mosopal or Siegfried versus Robil. Other than that, I think I will simply let Utsamatsu do his thing with the streams that he has already announced. So with lawyer Basiluk, and then he's actually currently already streaming the Taiwan quarterfinals of Hotly Hotly versus Mr. One, and also later today Utse will be streaming Nazario versus Random 23 with a best of 5, also a quarterfinal in the Ukrainian Carcassonne Online Cup. So yeah, if you are still thirsty of more Carcassonne content for today, then you could tune into Utse's stream later today. But that will be where we will be ending up the stream. Let me have a little look-see. I just found that my curve is really terrible. I just thought that the road is going to be long, but I'm dizzy. Which curve might that be? Actually, let's take a look. Like it's gotta be somewhere in the end, like in the very end of it. Why am I going here to my own games? Gosh. Let's go here and do like, I don't know, 130, just to have a little quick look-see at the things. I just thought that the road is gonna be long. Yeah, like this or something. I mean, I don't really get any other curves that which that message might be hinting towards, but I mean, this was, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like what like the crown jewel of your moves, but I mean, it has a clear thought behind it, like just taking away these 3 points from Blue's field. But I think just having the threats of the divider was like far far greater than just taking 3 points away. Yeah, where I wait for the divider. So yeah, exactly this type of stuff. And also I think my drawings are off because I'm not on full screen. So this curve right here. Yeah, yeah, not exactly the best of your moves, but it's not like 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 trash can level, you know. It's a decent move, but you know, keeping these threats alive, especially when Shawin didn't like do anything about it, like for the entire game, except like just after this curve, is like you can just actually try and wait for those dividers and you know live a good life. Yeah, just after you place that, you thought about the divider potential being gone. Yep, I can see that. It's a kind of a good example of how how a tile over here can affect the situation like two tiles to like basically any direction. Because you always gotta think of like what does my tile do and what does my tile allow my opponent to then do. It's like kind of like when in chess you have to think of like 5 to 10 turns like ahead, like the higher level you play on. Then it's kind of the same in Carcassonne. Like you have to think of at least a few moves ahead and envision different kind of scenarios what could happen. Okay, but that's gonna be it for the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in all the way until the end. If you did enjoy this type of Carcassonne content and would like to see more of it, then there is an easy way to support the channel to support the channel by subscribing or by simply liking the stream. I'll be seeing you later, probably with some Hungarian Carcassonne Online Championships, like late this week on 13th. Also, I think it's like Saturday or Sunday, but whenever it is, probably then is gonna be the future next stream. Bye for now.